right?
Yeah, so
I think beer for dessert's a good trade.
it goes well.
I like
It goes
it.
well
Thank you,
together.
Tioga Sequoia.
Mhm.
Yes.
You got us some good dessert here. Okay, cool. So, anything else you want to say? Like what? Okay, I saw this. Were you guys friends with Capital Punishment back in the day? Because I saw this little picture of the grocery fighters in there, and the one chick's got, or the one guy's got the girl's got a Capital Punishment t-shirt
I
on.
didn't know them
Kinda
then
funny.
well. I mean, I've been fortunate to meet
'Cause that's how I
Dale
met
and
you.
Jocelyn
Yeah.
this year, and they're both amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible that Eric, who did the art, or Joel, or one of the other folks, knew them more than I did, so I don't know. But
Right.
some of this, I mean, a lot of the people on the first one are wearing T-shirts from bands or whatever, and some of those are bands that we were friends with, and some of them were just bands we liked.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
What's your favorite recipe in there?
My favorite recipe.
We're talking best of the best here. Don't string me along. What if I want to make it right now?
Oh, that's tricky.
Something good. I want it.
I'd say the one that's talked about the most is the peanut butter chocolate chip cookies recipe.
And I'm in.
Sounds good.
And I'm in.
Sounds really good.
So, and it starts off with a little dialogue because Joel used to always harass me to make it by just keep repeating saying peanut butter chocolate chip cookies over and over and over until eventually I would
Well, that's an interesting concept.
get off my butt to make them.
Hippie homebrew.
Hippie Core Homebrew is a
I
is a
love the
classic
Hippie Core
also.
homebrew
Yeah.
because it has musical suggestions.
Yes, and also
Different stages of making this. You have to do
change up the music.
change up the music. Yes.
Okay.
And in fact,
That's
in the
right.
new one, there's going to be Jackie Weltman does a lot of home brewing, and there's going to be new homebrew recipes and
Right
also
on.
winemaking recipes.
Whoa.
And
Fun.
my wife is going to contribute, I believe, a limoncello recipe, which is quite good.
Ooh, good.
Which you can make right
Cello.
with your
Who
fresh
doesn't
lemons.
like poison
right?
idea when you're making your own beer?
Poison idea is quite appropriate. for me.
Yeah. Perfect. I like it.
Do straight vegan, or do you also do like eggs, cheese, that kind of?
I'm actually a vegetarian, and actually one of the things that's probably important for people to know for the book. So we've gotten all kinds of questions. Like people are like, "Do you have to be vegan to contribute to the book?" No. You know, do you have to be punk rock to contribute to the book? No. You know, and then we actually got one the other day. Are you only accepting recipes from people from the U.S.? Which is no, of course not. So we, you know,
Worldwide.
it's international, and the idea really is that thinking about, and all of us are kind of in different places around food and stuff, and so we're, you know, thinking about it more as like an aspiration than a sort of, you know, and even when I was more vegan, there was someone who was always more vegan than you, and it's like, oh, you're
Yeah.
vegan, but your shoes have glue from this or whatever.
Ugh,
So there was always something, you know, and those arguments often then wind up people saying, well, just forget it because you can't be perfect, so it's not worth doing anything. And then, which I think is kind of unfortunate. So
Yeah.
we're thinking of it more like as an aspiration to think about important issues. And also when I do the introduction, I'm going to tie that into kind of how I thought about Joel and my relationship with Joel, and who was always a person who people sort of looked towards to kind of push themselves to be better people, to think more clearly, and sort of, you know, using that all together to think about like, this is something we can all be a part of to try to push ourselves to go forward, but not to think about like, you have to be this or you have to be that. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
going to be a lot of community contributions from folks from different places
I
and
would
stuff.
definitely love to put some submissions in because I was vegetarian until I was 16.
Yeah?
You meet, so
Yeah. Well, Soy
that
Not
helps when
Oi
your mic's
2
on.
at gmail.com.
Now it's in.
Yeah. Or yeah, seriously.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Almond.
Definitely
Okay.
submit something.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally will too. That's rad.
Yeah, she made, excuse me, she made a bomb chili mac, and I even made a song about it. I was all, chili mac, when are you coming back? Chili, like it was so good, and there was no meat in it, and I didn't know until about like 4 days into eating it.
And so now, if she
I had no
writes that
clue.
up, she's going to have to say to listen to that song. at
You
the same
have
time.
to-
And
Right?
I think she's going to have to record it.
It's yeah,
Oh yeah.
and you could.
Well, they'll
She
probably
has the
do
voice
it.
for
They'll probably do it. At
One of
karaoke.
our plans actually.
Huh?
So when it does get released, is for folks, because we're doing these kind of prelude videos now. But then once it's done, we're hoping people will do exactly stuff like that, and then do
Oh, fun.
goofy crap like, oh, I just made this or whatever, and then have somebody sing or whatever. So you're already ready
There
for
you go.
it.
Chili mac. I knew
You're
that.
on the
I-
verge of fame.
I knew we walked around your pad for a week singing that fucking song for some
There's a
fucking
reason.
For a reason.
Shit.
Cook for
Everything
an
happens for a
army,
reason.
So, yeah.
Write that down.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, I'm sold on this. Soy Not Oi. Yeah,
That
I
sounds
love
like
it.
Fun.
And in answer to your earlier question about Oi Not Soy, which appeared on Portlandia, of course we had Soy Not Oi 20 years ago, and we are told that it was that
making a
Fred
parody of
Armisen
you.
knew about Soy Not Oi. 'Cause
That
he
is
was
fucking
into
fantastical.
punk and whatever. Although that's sort of a rumor at this
But,
point.
I mean,
we're gonna
that's-
kind of pretend it's true.
Yeah, let's just think it's true,
It
and then
may
if
not be.
they don't want to make it, if they don't want to be on our team, then
And if worse comes to worse,
them.
we can always sue them
Yeah,
later.
it
Yeah,
could come
right?
down to it if need be.
Yeah. Don't steal our name. We were here 20 years ago.
So Soy Not
Soy Not
Oi.
Oi.
Soy Not
How can
Oi.
people buy this?
Actually, you can get the original copy. AK Press, the anarchist press. You can just Google that online, get it. Or if you go to soynotoi.com, it has a link to buy the original copy. And definitely support them. It's $7.
Oh, cheap.
When's the projection of Soy Not Oi 2 coming?
I don't know. We set the deadline for submissions for January 1, so
Nice.
we'll see how it goes.
Awesome.
They've been coming in pretty steadily, so it just kind of depends on how,
And if you
How it
forget
gets
any of the
wrapped
info given, you can always go to the website and hit any of us up. Hit up Laura Splotch, hit up myself. Go to
be around
our
there somewhere.
Facebook.
Awesome,
have
thank you.
Tons of chances.
How do we get our hands on this book?
Oh, this is the one you can get from AK Press right now.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Rocking.
We're gonna have to fist fight over them.
Devolved. Look
Yeah,
at that.
I
Look at
I
that.
brought 2, so you'll have to decide who gets them.
Can the
$7 on Soy on what do you want?
AK Press.
AK Press.
just
There
like
you
Look at
that.
him, he
Just like that.
zippity-doo-dah,
You can get it on
right to
Amazon also, but it's kind of cooler to get it on AK Press.
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah.
You get more
more.
punk points.
Yes, I like punk points.
And I know you want your punk points.
Everybody wants the punk points.
You want your punk points.
I need my punk points.
You need
Fucking
'em
shit.
bad.
I hobnob with the man daily.
I've got
That's what
lots
I'm
of punk points
making out
already
with
in my
them.
back
You got to be
pocket.
ready for that show on Friday night. You're going to have
That's right.
plenty of punk points.
That's right. We're gonna go to a show Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be fun. 9 something.
It was fantastic.
It was fun. So, okay, you're from the punk scene in Mesa, Arizona.
Yes.
So, tell the people a little bit how you got into punk rock and what was and you had a band
Did?
and you guys toured and stuff. Or
Not really.
Just
no,
got out
we
there
were-
with your records and stuff.
Yeah. So let's see. How did I get into punk?
Like the rest of us misfits over here.
I think probably. I mean, there were several things sort of happening at the same time, but I will say one very influential. There was a great record store called Roads to Moscow in
cool.
Tempe, Arizona. It was like a very, at least at the time we thought it was a cool punk rock record store. And there was this guy Brad that worked there, and at the time I was really into like the early speed metal stuff, and we would walk in there, and this guy Brad's like, "Oh, have you heard this band Discharge? You guys got to hear this.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna totally blow you away." Whatever. So he was always like playing stuff to let and that was definitely part of the indoctrination. So we'd hear stuff like that, and just like jaws drop to the floor, like wow, and still today, even when you listen to some of that stuff, like Discharge,
yeah.
somehow it's still some of it you listen to, you go back and listen to, and you're like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other stuff, you're like, this is still amazing. You listen
Yeah.
to like Discharge, Hear Nothing, See Nothing. It still totally works.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think that was part of it. And I think there was this, I don't know if this happened for you guys, but there was this like feeling of, there wasn't this sort of expectation about how you were supposed to. We didn't really care so much about the look and stuff. So a lot of my friends that were into punk didn't necessarily do like a lot of like the mohawks and things like that. It
Yeah.
felt like you could kind of just do anything and say anything.
Yeah,
So I think as a
yeah.
teenager, it was like this feeling of like, I can just sing about anything or just say whatever, even though technically you could do that with any kind of
Yeah.
music. But there was something
Sure.
about punk that just gave you license. So you
Yeah.
could just be like, one of the band I was in was called Desecration. So one of our sort of hit songs was called Macho Man, and the chorus was Macho Man, fuck you. I mean, and that was just amazing that you could just
Yeah.
say that.
And it was
It's
punk
like,
rock
and
and everybody
everybody
loved
was
it.
into it. It was
Yeah,
like great.
everybody loved it.
The audience would just get all psyched. It was just like Macho Man, fuck you. And it's just like, this is so, when you're 16 and whatever, I mean, it's just like, there's nothing kind of better
The
than
energy
that.
was so good and raw. And
So
I
it was
love
like that,
That's
just
what I
that
love about
feeling
it.
of just doing what you wanted and not, just kind of like, if people are into it, cool. If they're not into it, who cares?
Yeah.
So that's how